Breaking news, my lovely, wonderful people. INEC replies Peter Obi over them wanting to reconfigure the Beavers machine. INEC has replied Peter Obi as they go to court today. So INEC was quick to reply Peter Obi even before going to court. They've already set in motion a process to reply Peter Obi saying the data you are seeking are intact. We don't need to go to court. That's INEC now saying, Peter Obi, what's your own? You just want to become president. We don't need to go to court. The data you are looking for are very much intact. Well, Peter Obi wants the court to declare on that regard. So I don't want to hear you telling me A or B. Well, let us hear it from the courts. This is what INEC is saying as the courts, proceedings go on today. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. INEC replies Peter Obi over presidential election Beavers data. It says they remain intact. We don't need to go to court. We have said this to the Labour Party presidential candidate, but seem to be adamant on going to court. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has said information with regards to the Primordial Voters Accreditation System, Beavers, as used for February 25th, 2023 presidential and national assembly polls are very much well intact, and that nothing has touched it. And even if they reconfigure the system, it's not going to affect the machine and the credibility of those information. The chairman of INEC says we have sent our counsel to Mr. Peter Obi's counsel to say we don't need to go to courts. We have made it loud and clear that all the information and all the data needed for the presidential and National Assembly election all remains intact. However, Peter Obi seemed not to be interested. The lead counsel to the commission has Inioluwa said he gave the assurance at the court appearing in Abuja on Tuesday, saying we don't need to go to court if we can rectify this very clearly. We don't need to go to court. INEC is opposing an application filed by Labour, saying there is no need for court proceedings. Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has approached the court in regards to the Beavers machine deployed by the Beavers machine used for the presidential polls, saying we need more credibility on this very issue. Opposing the application, Inioluwa argued that it would delay the conduct of the governorship and state house of assembly election scheduled for Saturday should Peter Obi take them to court. Recall that earlier Obi-led counsel Dr. Nyeche Ikpeazu San has argued that the essentials of the applications was to enable the legal team to extract data embedded in Beavers, which represent the actual result from polling units. Obi lawyers also applied to obtain the certificate true copy of all data in the Beavers. My lord, this is to ensure that the evidence is preserved before the Beavers are reconfigured by INEC. This is because if they wipe it out, it will affect the substance of our case, Ikpeazu added. However, INEC, through its team of lawyers comprising of 4 senior advocates of Nigeria, SAN, led by Inioluwa, urged the court to rephrase the application and refuse it, and says INEC insisted that gathering the request of Peter Obi and granting the request of Peter Obi will affect preparation for the impending governorship House of Assembly elections that are around the corner. I told the court that there were about 176,000 Beavers machines that were deployed in polling units during the presidential election. Each polling unit has its own peculiar Beavers machine, which we now need to reconfigure for the forthcoming governorship election in the same polling units. we need to reconfigure all 176,000 beavers. We have already stated that in our affidavit, no information in the beavers will be lost, as we will transfer all the data of the beavers to the back end server. We need the beavers configured, so generating and granting this application to Peter Obi will delay the conduct of the next prepared election that we are prepared for as an agent to deliver. We are to deliver justice to Nigeria on election. We have done that of presidential. We await that of governorship, which we are prepared for. But for Peter Obi's argument that the data will be lost, we have assured him and his party again and again that nothing will tamper with the data, yet he insists on coming to court. We pray the court that this will not be paid attention to, so that we can move forward, go on to reconfigure and get the beaver machines ready, get the beavers machine ready for the said election. So this is where we are at, my wonderful, lovely people out there. The beavers machine is the bone of contention as we speak, because these people are set on saying they want the beavers machine, untampered with, untouched. That's Peter Obi's own part of the bargain. He said, no, leave it as it is. We want it untouched. We want it unhampered. We want to extract the data from the original source. All of a sudden, INEC rose up. The one of Osun State, regarding Adeleke. It was the beavers machine that solved the problem. The beavers machine, Adeleke, and Tinubu's brother Oyetola. It was the beavers machine that solved the problem. If not, Adeleke would have been out by now. You would have finally heard the results. But the lawyers, they went back. They said, no, let us examine this whole thing. They looked at it again and again, and they came back to say there was no overvoting. What they came up with, the Oyetola's guys, was that there was overvoting. Overvoting. But they came back to say there was no overvoting after going through the real beavers machine. So is this beavers, and if the issue here is, if the beavers machine is reconfigured, now the problem is original data will not be retrieved. It will become hearsay. It's like when you format your laptop. You know what happened? You lose all the data. Everything, you lose them. Every single thing is lost. That's what happened. So that's what they don't want. And INEC is insisting. All of a sudden, INEC became efficient. All of a sudden, INEC is so efficient, you cannot believe it. You cannot believe how efficient INEC is at this point in time. All because they want, they want they want this now. So people are wondering and asking themselves, are you sure this is genuine, or there's more to it? Are you sure this is genuine, or there's more to it? You see, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. God bless. Have a lovely and a fantastic day. From us, is bye for now.